We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. Nothing is off limits. It will all unfold perfectly. Our desire as we chat with you from the hot seat is to prepare and shine a spotlight on a more obvious path for the purpose of luring you into alignment with who you are. And we are going to refer to this place that we are luring you as the vortex of that which is really you. It is the vibrational reality that exists before any physical reality ever comes about. It is the reality that is the preface or the pre-paving of everything that you know. It is a reality that you can take to the bank. We are not kidding you. It is a reality that is real. It is a reality that you can feel with your enthusiasm and your love, but you may not necessarily be able to see it unless you are in it. If you are on the verge of it, as in a hopeful attitude, then it will draw you in often and you'll have full view of what's in there. If you're ornery, if you're depressed, if you are in despair, if you are feeling out of control of your life or disempowered, then you're not in the vicinity of this vortex that contains the larger part of you and everything that you want, and all cooperative components of everything that you have been asking for. Those are our favorite new words. Your vortex contains all cooperative components of everything that you are asking for. But you've got to be in the vortex before you can see or rendezvous with the cooperative components. They're already in there. And we don't want to hurt your feelings, but we want you to know that often you are the only uncooperative component. And the reason that you're the uncooperative component is because you're still in step one. You're saying, where is it? I want it. I don't see it. Where is it? I want it. I don't see it. And we want to say to you from inside the vortex, you don't see it because you're too far away from it. Change your vibration and your view will clear up. You mean I have to get happy? That's the prerequisite. We know it's a big price to pay. But when you think about it, everything that you want is because you think you will feel better in the having of it. So why not feel better before you have it, and then you'll have it? A woman said to us, Abraham, I don't think you care if my lover ever comes. I think you just want me to imagine him being there until I bring myself to a place of feeling good, even though he's not there. And so I don't even notice that he's not there. We said, exactly. She didn't like that very much because she sort of suspected that this vibrational reality is just a tool to trick you into not noticing what's going wrong in your life. And then we explained to her that, yeah, that's a trick. But that it's a really good trick. Because if you distract yourself from what's not working, then in the absence of that resistance, the vortex will bring you in. Because when you're not offering resistance, you become a cooperative component. So you just have to stop doing that thing you do that makes you unhappy, and you'll be drawn right in to where all the clues, all the unfolding, all the rendezvous points, all the opportunities, all of the fun along your creative path, along your way to all of that. That was good. Well, when you want something and you know how to bring it about, it's fun to want it, isn't it? But when you want something and you've been wanting it for a while and it stubbornly is staying off at a distance, when you want to bring something in that won't come, or when you want to get rid of something that won't go, then when we say, are you enjoying the contrast? Are you enjoying those new desires that are percolating within you? And often, if we've trained you here, you say, oh yes, we really like those unfulfilled desires. But there will come a time when you come to realize that no desire is off limits for your ability to create it. In other words, when you begin to remember who you are, when you consciously reestablish your relationship between the physical you and the non-physical you. When you remember the purpose of your emotions and the information that they give you in terms of not only your relationship between the physically focused you and the non-physically focused you, but your emotions also give you play by play, moment by moment indicators of how you're doing in relationship to those very desires. Because it turns out that as you sift through the contrast, which causes you to focus, even if you don't put words to it, your desires into a vibrational format, which always precedes the manifestational format. In other words, everything's focused in to a vibrational reality first. So without even knowing it, you have focused a wonderful vibrational reality that is not just the forerunner of your relationships or of your possessions or of your experiences. It's actually the vibrational pre-you. You are the creator of you. You think you might be creating a new car or creating a pile of money or creating a relationship, but what you're actually creating is you within those experiences. You are the creator of you. When you focus upon something in your experience and you complain about the lack of something, the reason that it feels uncomfortable to you when you do it is because the source within you is not focused lackfully. The larger part of you is always focused upon the abundance. The largest part of you is always focused upon where you're going, not where you are. The larger part of you, in fact, is where you're going. Do you sort of kind of get that? You are non-physical energy, and a part of you came forth into this body, and you explore the contrast. And by knowing what you don't want, you automatically know what you do want. It's just the balance of this universe. In fact, if you really know that you really don't want something, then you really know that you really do want something. There's an equal, proportionate desire that shoots out of every awareness of what you don't want. So without even knowing it, you have been building a vibrational escrow, a vibrational reality that's not just a pile of stuff waiting off in the future for you. It's actually the vibrational essence of you living, being, having, doing all of that. And that vibrational essence of you is as real as the you that you now manifested. Now hear this. Sometimes you think that it is by offering your words that you create. But it is not your words. It is your vibrational offering. And your vibrational offering is emanating from you at all times. You can't not be vibrationally offering as long as you are conscious. And as you are conscious, you are focused upon something. You're either focused upon the past or the present or the future. You're observing something, you're pondering something, you're remembering something. And it's interesting, the threads of thoughts you think. This morning, as Jerry and Esther were preparing to come down, Jerry pointed to a dresser drawer in their sleeping room that won't stay closed. Apparently, the dresser's on a little bit of a slant, and there's not enough friction, and the drawer just opens itself. Esther said, it's like being on a ship, only we're not, are we? And then Jerry said it reminded him of some kids he knew who had a can of some lubricant that they were being very helpful in spraying on the drawers of people. And people liked it mostly because it stopped the drawers from squeaking, but it caused the drawers, some of them on a slant, to just slide open all the time. So people weren't that happy with this product that was being sprayed on their drawers. And then Jerry and Esther thought about those kids and thought about where they lived and thought about what they were doing and wondered what they're doing now. And then they thought about other people that they knew when they were with those kids. And then Jerry said, what was the name of that person who sang that great song? And what was his wife's name? And who were those other people? And 20 minutes later, they were still following the thread of the drawer sliding open. And this is the way your thoughts string together. You have vibrations within you, anything you give your attention to. In other words, Jerry focused upon that drawer sliding open, which made him think of something like it, and it activated within him that moment in time. And suddenly, everything about that moment in time came alive within him. And as he and Esther began talking about it, it became more alive and more alive and more alive. Now, everything about that subject was positive and good feeling. In other words, they were laughing as they remembered, and they were loving those people all over again, even though they haven't seen them or even heard of them in many, many years. But sometimes something happens that activates a thought within you, and when you follow the thread, it takes you into a not good feeling place. And without meaning to, you begin then to add to or to bring current into your now active vibration where all of your power is, something that is not beneficial to who you are. Now, what we're getting at here is that while you are here in your magnificent physical bodies and you are focused and therefore activating thoughts and therefore offering vibration, there is another part of you that is offering vibration also. It's the part of you that you were before you were born into this physical body, but it is still, even though you are here focused in this body, it's still the largest part of you. It's the whole of you. It's the culmination of you. It's the source of you. It's the newly become part of you. It's the inner being of you. It's the non-physically focused part of you, but it is the largest vibrational part of you. Because before you were born, that energy was swirling. After you're born into this body, it's still swirling. But here's the important part that many of you do not remember. As you are exploring life here, knowing what you don't want, therefore asking for what you do want, every time a new conclusion of what would be an improved life experience, no matter what the topic, no matter how big or small it seems to you, every time one of those rockets of desires radiates from you, that larger part of you embraces it, absorbs it, and becomes it. In other words, vibrationally speaking, every time you know what you don't want, the larger part of you knows what you do want and becomes it, and leads you to it if you will listen. Now, here's what we really want you to hear. So while Jerry and Esther are focused upon this drawer sliding open, and they follow the path of all of these thoughts, which activated vibrations within them, they could feel a relationship of this vibration that is activated now with the larger vibration of who they really are. And when the two vibrations are on the same wavelength, when they're loving these people, when they're appreciating these people, when they're remembering the fun of these people, the source within them is doing all of that too. So there's no discord within Jerry and Esther. But if they were to find something in that thought that was troubling or concerning, if they were to remember, oh yeah, that's the guy that banged our car every time he got out of the parking lot. We parked next to him, and every time he got out, he banged our car, remember? We tried to find something that we could put between us. We asked him if he could just glue carpet on the side of his car so he didn't destroy every... If they focus upon something that they do not feel good about, then in that moment of that activation, as they walk down this path of memory lane, there is the potential of activating a discordant vibration. And anything less than loving someone, we got to tell you, is discordant, even if they weren't lovable. Anything that's less than appreciating this person is discordant, even if they were hardly appreciable at all. In other words, when you get on these topics of truth or memory of things that you didn't appreciate then and you really don't appreciate now, you use that as your excuse to separate is too strong a word, but it makes the point of activating vibrations that don't harmonize with who you really are. And that's the reason that your guidance system works the way it does. Your guidance system is always queued up, this emotional relationship that you have between the two vibrational aspects of you. Your emotions are just that. They are giving you play by play, subject by subject, comment by comment, memory by memory, observation by observation, feedback about whether what you're thinking about is, now hear this, whether it's a step 1 or a step 3 moment that you're having. And what we mean by that is exploring contrast is always a step 1 moment. That's the moment that evokes a request from you, an ask.